Welcome back. We were just outside of Portal, Arizona, making our way towards Texas. We had a big storm on our heels, which seemed to be catching up quick, making for a very windy, very dusty drive. Good morning.
Good morning.
It was very windy last night, so we ended up getting a cheap hotel.
That was crazy.
It was
Like
so
the tree
windy.
next to the window of our room was like bam,
Hitting
bam,
against
and
the
we're like,
building.
is this a tornado? No, of course it wasn't, but it was really freaking windy.
It was super windy, and there's not a lot of places to get cover, like from the wind around here. So we just decided cheap hotel. We'll get showers and back on the road this morning. So we're gonna head through El Paso.
Yeah, I think El Paso's the next city. We're looking at like, do we go to Big Bend? Do we go to, there's a mountain bike park that's sort of over by Austin, but not all the way there. And then we realize it's spring break week.
And everything is so busy.
Yeah, I mean, the mountain bike park is like, don't even call us about camping. On
Yeah.
their site, between March 15th and 19th.
They're like,
Don't-
dang it, that's exactly what we're gonna be
That's
there.
our window. Oh, okay, we
We didn't plan well.
didn't think about that. Yeah, so we're thinking if we do Big Bend, it'd be on the way home.
Yeah.
Home, it's funny because there is no
We
home.
don't
but
have a home,
on the
but-
way to the storage unit.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, then at least it's next week probably. So we're
Maybe we'll have
skipping-
better luck.
Yeah, we're skipping that for now. I'm sure, let us know for the next trip. Obviously with the delay, you can't tell us right now, but what in Texas is like good for outdoor people? There's a lot, but it's also very dispersed because there's not a lot of public land.
Yeah.
So for us, it seems frustrating because we don't know where to go yet. And it's not like in Arizona or New Mexico where it's kind of anywhere, you just camp wherever
Yeah.
you want. We need to like actually figure it out, you know,
And
which...
for Big Bend, if we need to plan like 6 months in advance, that's
Yeah.
hard for us to do. But
And then looking at the map, it looks like there's awesome state parks.
Yeah.
We just don't really have any on the way. And then again, it's still the spring break week, so I'm thinking it's still going to be pretty busy at a state park when there's just a few of them. And they look gorgeous, but like next Monday, they'd be quiet, I'm guessing.
yeah, so we'll see if we get lucky and hit it where we can actually find a place to camp. And
Yeah.
But looking forward to being in Texas because I've only flown into Texas. I don't think I've ever like been to Texas.
I've driven across it on a cross-country road trip, and then my uncle lived on the coast, and we would go fishing all the time, and that was great. But that's really it. I don't have like a real image of actual Texas. I've just
Yeah.
the coast, and then driven across the top of it. Really, that's
So
about it.
excited to see it from the ground.
Yeah.
I know Texas is big and everyone always says you can drive for 2 days straight and still be in Texas, so I was expecting a long drive. But man, did this drive feel long. I didn't think when they said 2 days straight they literally meant straight. The roads were straight and flat without much to see for the majority of the drive. This felt like one of the longest days of driving. On the plus side, we got through a lot of podcasts. On long road trips, what do you like to listen to? We love music, but for the long trips, we do a lot of audiobooks and podcasts. It seems to keep our minds more engaged on long drives, especially very long, very straight ones like this. Well, we've been driving for most of the day, and I think we caught up to our windstorm. It was pretty nice most of the day, and I don't know, what do you think, last hour, 2 hours? We've come back to the heavy winds and all the dust.
Yeah, you can see it coming. So you see a
Yeah.
wall of brown rather, and then the winds were kind of confused. Right now we're on a wall pushing against us, and then I'm guessing if we continue through this dust storm enough, it'll hopefully be at our back pushing us. We moved the bikes inside because they do fine, but since we're trying to make miles, I'm doing more like a normal car's pace, like almost 80 miles an hour. And so he's already, at 80 miles an hour, Goose is a little twitchy anyways. You put the big bikes on the back and all that, so much more blown around. Plus, then when we stop, we're always worried about him if we go inside somewhere for very long. So, yeah, we threw him inside, and it definitely drives better, though, than it did yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's double the amount of hours we're on the road today, I think, so.
Yeah.
Or by the time we're done. But, yeah, it's crazy.
A lot of dust, a lot of wind, so we'll see. Well, we had been looking for spots to camp, but turns out there's no public land in Texas. Okay, maybe not none, but pretty much none. Let's just say we couldn't find a good free spot to camp without going way out of our way. So even as exhausted as we were, we kept on driving. Eventually, we made it to hill country, which at least gave us something to look at. And finally, we made it to our destination, Austin.
It's March 19th, Friday, and we are in Austin, Texas. We came out this way to look at a truck for sale. As you know, Goose is amazing.
Love him.
Yeah, and he's just unstoppable. But I think about a year in, we realized that for actually full-time living
and working,
and the working is actually probably the biggest
difference, I think. Yeah.
Because we spend, at least 4 hours a day, every day, trying to fit somewhere in the back here and edit or be on computers.
Yeah.
And then the living part of it too is also difficult in him. So he's the perfect truck for
Baja.
Well, and certain locations.
Yes.
But also time frames. So weekends, he's even more than you need. I would just leave the uncut roof of an 80 and then no roof rack like we used to do, sleep inside. And that's good for up to like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then at a week, you're like, oh, this is so much better. So 3-day, week-long trips, month-long trips, still perfect. And then I would say if you're doing the Pan American and you're done, then this is still perfect because you're assuming you're not editing, 40, 50 hours a week. So we've been looking for something a little bigger, but we don't want to give up the capability. So we're looking at, of course, Troopies, of course, 79 series pickups with a box on the back, and then 80 series with a box on the back. So for me, the best truck for our travel style and our age and our work and our everything we're doing right now and where we want to go would be an 80 series with a box. So you get the better suspension of an 80, the better engine choices for the most part of an 80 over a 70. And then you have the space as well. Not too long a wheelbase. So I won't go too into it, but
so I think that's it. Hopefully, well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a new truck. Maybe we won't. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll update you. I don't know. I'll at least post a photo if it's something that we think we can go forward with. We haven't talked about it with anybody except really my brother because I just don't want to get others' hopes up or our hopes up and then go, no, that one didn't work, that one didn't work, that one didn't work. But there is a whole saga. We'll do a truck video on everything that we've sort of been through and looking, even buying and then needing to unbuy. I think that's called selling. And just trying to make something work via our friends around the world who are trying to help us out and getting what we think is the right truck for us right now. So we will update you.
Yes.
Stay tuned, and thank you so much for being a patron.
Yeah.
We truly appreciate it.
Very much. Bye. Pause. Let's rewind real quick back to early January. Well, it is official. This is the last drive. Well, I'm in Goose, but Tim is in Condor. The last drive in the 911. And it's a lot harder than you would think to say goodbye to him. So, it's pretty sad. Love that car. We have so many good memories. It's Tim's dream car, but it's much more emotional than I expected it to be to say goodbye to the car. So it's good things, and excited for the future, but man, is it hard to say goodbye to that car. So yeah, we're taking it the last drive right now to drop it off to a shop for the new owner, and someone else will get to enjoy this car. When we bought it, we said it was a car that we would never sell. But life changes, and it's not a great car to have sitting, waiting, and it's an expensive car to upkeep, and so yeah, that's what's happening today. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Back to the story. Over the next couple of days, we took the truck we had come to Austin to look at for a test drive, and we came back the following day to look at it again. There was a lot to look at. Then we needed to think, and nothing helps you think better than tacos. We drove around, going back and forth, discussing the pros and cons of this truck. To say we overthought this decision would be the understatement of the year. But eventually, we came to a conclusion.
What are we doing?
Whew. I don't think we can try and explain anything. That'll be in another part of something video. But we are driving down to a branch of our bank to pick up a giant check. The biggest check we've ever gotten. The biggest amount of money we've ever spent on anything.
Yes.
Not including our house, but that you finance, right? So, you know, and everyone finances it. So that's not a big deal. This is by far the biggest purchase we've ever made, and it's terrifying and yet so exciting.
So exciting. Yeah, I know.
It feels totally right.
I have butterflies right now, and I'm nervous and also really, really excited, and I just want to get it over with so that I know it's ours.
Yeah. And I know it's a good deal. I know that it is. I know that it's a good truck for us to travel in. I know that it's a home. I know that it's a good platform to edit videos all day and work. I know that I like it, even just I just plain like it and think it's cool, and would love to buy it if I had the money.
We didn't sleep a lot last night.
No, we didn't sleep at all, I don't think. No. And so we're just feeling like beat up right now, but we're super excited. So we're gonna go pick up the check, and then we're gonna go to his house. And I don't know if he wants to be on camera or not. So if you see a blurred out person or no person at all, I totally understand not wanting to be in our videos. So
we bought a house.
We bought a house, and it's got a diesel engine, a 5-speed manual, and it's got a chassis that we know really well. So to us, it's sort of our perfect vehicle for the tough places we want to go and continue to go. So I feel like we're gaining home, losing weight, and keeping same or similar ability, which is such a tough balance.
So many conflicting feelings right now because I'm excited. It's a lot of money, so it's scary. I'm super sad to say goodbye to Goose at some point, and like it's just there's so many emotions going on right now that it's pretty overwhelming. Like going through all of this. So
we'll fill you guys more in, but we're literally doing the drive down to the bank, and so now it's all very real. And I just saw a lot of money leave our account that, like, for us, it's all the money we save to go continue traveling. Plus more, plus the 911 being sold, you know, so all added up, it's a ton, but you know, I think it's completely worth it. And now we're gonna have a basis to continue traveling. And when we sell Goose, and when we finish working through the second year of COVID, essentially, and then leave, I think we'll still have plenty to go, and I think we'll be okay. So it's all very scary for us, and the amount of money that we have, and we would never buy a truck like this ever unless we were doing exactly what we're doing. I think it's ridiculous to buy something like this and just cruise around the US for us.
It's a home. It's not a toy for sure. It's not a weekend
and it needs a bunch of work. The reason we're getting a good deal is it's not a wreck by any means, but all the electrical is dated. There is no solar. So we're gonna put a lot of money into all that. And then, like any vehicle, even though I know it's been maintained really well by a loving owner, I gotta baseline it. I gotta trust it, you know? Hey, that clutch fluid looks a little dark. Flush the whole system. You know, okay, the brake lines, I think they're fine, but if any of them are even slightly cracking rubber, replace them. You know, as you saw in the Pan American trip, bushings on Goose were fine, but there were some original 25-year-old bushings that finally went. So on this truck, gonna replace those if they even look slightly old, because, you know, we can't have issues, right?
So luckily we'll get to do a lot of shakedown in the US where it's easy to fix all of that stuff. And
that's the other big factor why we're going for this truck in particular and doing it now, is just so we have that time to go, well, we blew a transmission, frustrating, but glad we did it here, where I can swap it out and I can order it from a Toyota dealer,
Yeah.
maybe even get a discount, you know,
Yeah,
or something.
we can figure out how things work and make sure it's set up the way we want, and all that stuff before we are, you know, heading off to Africa or something. So,
Yeah. We're going to Africa.
yeah.
Oh wow. I
Okay.
didn't know.
We don't know where we're gonna go, but somewhere.
All right.
So-
Well, guys, thank you for coming along.
Hopefully next time you see us, we'll have a new truck.
Yeah.
It's officially ours. I can't believe it. So crazy. Can't wait to show you guys more of this truck because it is awesome. So excited for it. So overwhelmed right now. Yeah. This is a big step in life.
Guy in our lane almost kissed mirrors in a really crappy old air conditioning van. Nice.
Lovely.
I just saw it and I was like, I was fudge.
Beep, 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 beep.
All right, it is September 19th, Friday.
It's definitely not September 19th.
No, not at all. Why is my brain no working?
Opportunity is there.
Getting our ducks in a row, as they say.
Our gooses in a row.